everyone, welcome to Weekend Project. This is Laura Lynn from the Mama Pop Quilt Shop. We're working on a quilt this weekend. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me for this weekend project. I've been working on, it's my own Quilt of Valor that I've been doing up for our veterans here. It's this is a pattern that I got from Judy McLeod she's in part of the Dufferin County Quilt of Valor and in a couple of quilt groups for Orangeville and stuff like that in Shelburne. So she gave me this pattern and I did it up. I had a little notebook what I had for pieces here. So to do a quilt that size, you'll need 10 4.5 inch squares like this. And you'll need 30 4.5 squares just like this. Varying your degrees of red. You know, just don't keep it all same color. You'll need, hold on, what was it for the white? The white was, 62 squares, the 4.5 squares of white, okay? And then you'll need 5 9-inch squares of red and white, because that's how you're going to make your half square triangles, okay? They're going to turn out to be like this. I'll show you really easy how to make 8 in one little go out of this one thingy here. And then you'll need 40 of these patches, the 4 block patches, okay? So what I did is took 2.5 inch strips of white, 2.5 inch strip of red, sewed them together, and then cut them at 2.5 inches, and then you twist and you make your little square. Okay, perfect. So this and these are going to make up one block like this. Okay, and that is this block right here, and then we're going to make up this one right now, and that's how you're using your half square triangles. And these are the little solid red ones, okay? So now that you know how to do those ones, I'll teach you how to do the rest of the block. And I think, I did make one up right here. I'll show you. The only thing I didn't add was the red part down here for the stem, but I found some really nice red ribbon that I'm going to just applique it on. That's what I want to do. That's my own little flair. That's what I like. So that's what I'll be doing. So I need to make a few more of these to make my little quilt, okay? So to make your half square triangles, you need to have your 9 inches by 9 inches. You mark it from corner to corner and corner to corner, and those are going to be your other cut lines. So you want to make sure that your 1/4 inch seam allowance, okay, 1/4 inch seam allowance is on the other side of that line. So you're going to line your foot up, you're going to stitch there, stitch here, stitch there, and then we're going to cut. So I will show you the stitching first so you don't think I'm crazy. And this literally makes a very fast half square triangles. So on my foot here, the clear part here, I went and did a little measuring. See? Get your little measure tape out. Put your little foot down. Obviously, clearly don't stitch. But it shows you where your 1/4 inch seam allowance is on your foot. So mine is right at the end of this plastic bit. Right from that little clear plastic to that little end of the clear plastic is a 1/4 inch. So that's how I've lined up mine. It's the same on this side, so I'm keeping that white line right on that clear part, okay? Because then I know I'm a 1/4 inch. So just putter on down to the other side. We're going to flip and turn and do another one, and then 2 more. Okay, super easy. Good. Like I said, just flip, put your foot down. In no time at all, you got all the half square triangles you need. Okay. I did it's almost double the recipe. I doubled the recipe for this quilt. I doubled what I needed to cut and to make. So, because I was making one for a veteran and one for the Mama Pop Quilt Shop. So, because I really liked it. I thought it was very Canadian. It's who we are. We're proud to be Canadian and proudly made Canadian. So. One more line, and then I'm going to do the cuts, and then from these little things, I'm going to get 8 half square triangles. I know that wasn't written in the pattern. The pattern is just a picture. I figured it all out for myself. And you could certainly make them bigger or smaller, depending on how big you wanted to make the quilt, or how small you wanted to make the quilt, or even a wall hanging, or what have you. Make a miniature size. Okay, so now that I've got these sewn all the way up, see? Okay, and then we're going to cut here all the way down, here all the way across, and then right on that line that we marked the first time around. Okay, so I'm going to take my pins out and come right over here, pop in my little cushion, and I chose to mark with a very white light pencil, the marking pencils, on the red instead of on the white, because I didn't want possibly anything to show through on the white. I'm just, just safe, trying to be safe. So I line it up on my little quilting mat or cutting mat to make sure I'm making nice even cuts. And you want to go right in the center line of what you just did. So line her up, make sure she's straight. Cut, chain, move your ruler, don't move the fabric. Once it's down there, just leave it. You are more than capable of moving around to accommodate. This way you don't shift anything and mess any cuts up. Okay, so now I did the down and across. Now I'm going to do the 2 angles right on that line that I had made. Okay. And turn. This is where Lazy Susan comes in handy. Not that Susans are lazy, but the little twirly thingies. Okay, and look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you need 4 per block that we did. Okay, see here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to need 4 for each one. So now that little trick that we did there gave us enough half square triangles for 2 blocks. Okay. So, and I already had one pre-done over here. So there's what I need for that. Now we're going to put that block together. We know we have a white one down in the corner. Okay, so this one corner right here. And we know we need another white one up in that corner. Okay. And then we're going to take our 2 half square triangles there and our 2 half triangles there. And now we need to pick our 3 reds. 1, 2, and 3, right? So let's do this one. Oh, so it goes right here. And this, we want to do different colors. I got some beautiful musical note instruments because I figured there's lots of good music, Canadian good music, so lots of good Canadian artists. So we'll put that there. Okay, so now this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this is going to make up our block. Okay, so just make sure they're going all the right way. You can always use I made one for reference, just so I'm not messing it up in my own mind, right? I want to make sure I've got it laid out correctly. So that goes there. And I just sew down each row and then sew all the rows together to make the block. That's how I find it easier. You're going to have to do some trimming because, like I said, I did like my own little estimates for the size of the squares needed. But I did notice you needed to trim just a little bit. But you can do that after all the block is made. And make sure you're pushing or pulling your dark fabrics, your lights to your dark, so you don't get that shadow effect once it's stitched up. Because other than that, you'd have that. See right there? You can see that little dark shadow. If you flip it the other way, then the white is just nice and solid, right? Okay. So we'll do that. Okay, I should trim that one out first. It's a little long on that side. Okay, there we go. Now we'll put the white on the bottom. Okay. I'll have to square that up afterwards. I just want to make sure I had a nice good side to go to. Stitch down. All right. It's a beautiful day, but the dust is coming in. Okay, now I'm going to sew these two together. And then the half square triangle on top. Alright, see there. And make sure the half square triangle is going in the same direction. See, the white at the top, the red at the bottom. Alright. We'll have to trim this one before we sew it to the next. Remember to push the white to the dark. Always do to the dark side. just trim that up. And that we're not going to get a nice little even line that we're looking for. Okay, so that and that get stitched together. Okay. And this is the fun part. You've got your little seams here. You want to make sure that that dark seam is to the dark. See there? And this one, that one, red and white one right there is pushed to the dark. So you can pop a couple pins in there if you like. Or you can just, like I do, fly by the seat of your pants and wing it. Okay, so that's good. Push that to the dark. And push that to the dark. Perfect. Okay. Now just a white one and a couple more half square triangles, and we're rocking and rolling. Okay, so that goes up there. Okay, I want to make sure I have proper placement, right? Oops. Okay, so that's correct. That's correct. These are all correct, so need to make sure this is going in that direction. Okay, because that's what gives it the leafy look. Okay, there. Perfect. So we're going to sew all these together. Like I said, if you have to throw pins in, go ahead. You know, do them all at the same time. Make it a whole chain piece sort of thing. Or do one block at a time like I kind of do. Because I like to see it come together that way. You know. And then I could make any changes. That's why I did one block first. To see if I wanted to make any changes before we... oops. See? Look what I just did. What a dork. See? I stitched it to the white. Dork. Dorky dork. Okay. Now where's the seam ripper? Somewhere in my collage of crap. I wasn't expecting to use my seam ripper. Clearly, I needed to use the seam ripper. Heeds one's own advice, Lolin. Alright, now let's do that take 2, shall we? Okay, there we go. Folded the white over. I know it's tempting just to fold it flat because that's the way it wants to go. But really, you should push it to the dark, especially when you're using such light and dark colors like we are today. Okay, so there's that one. And then we're going to put the next one in just like that. Line her up. Okay, the best you can because you know you're going to have to do some trimming. Fold that white down. All right. And then put those two together. See? Got our block making it there, okay? So we're going to put those together. Okay, line them up a bit. Do a little wiggling. Do some wiggling. I get my seams lined up. I can always trim the outside edge. I'm not too concerned about the outside edge. Okay, there we go. Just try to pull that straight a bit. Fight me. All right, pull it down. Don't worry about the dog ears either. All right. Of course, it seemed like the first block went together far better than the second block. But that's just the way life goes, you know. Okay, try and line those seams up. It's a little off here, but I'm just going to wiggle and kind of tug as I sew. And flip that over. There. There we go. That's the one we just made. So give it a little trim, and then we'll put all the blocks together. So put that off to the side. I'll show you how I'm going to put 4 of them together. So you give it this press, give it a little trim, make sure you're kind of lining up. Oh, come on. It's easier if I stand and do this, but I always find I just need to overpower the camera. my bulkiness. Okay. Trim. Line it up. Trim. Using the squares on your mat. And straight edge. All right. Here we go. So we got this one, this one, this one, and we'll grab another one. Okay. So the pattern goes first a checkered. Okay. Then your leaf. Okay. Then another checkered. Whichever way you want to put it. And then a leaf. And the leaf, of course, you can turn it this way, that way, this way, that way, any way you want to do. I hadn't quite decided if I want to do them opposite on either side or have them going all same direction. Probably should decide that before we start shooting the video. But you know what? I think I'm going to have them go opposite direction. So I'll take these two together and do my little lining up. I think I may actually put a pin in here. I'm trying to just make sure I want to do it the best I can. Okay. So pop a little pin in there. And push to the dark for that one. I don't want to forget. And pop another pin in. Okay. There we go. Do not sew over your pins. Very, very bad. Alrighty. Okay, so that's two together. Okay, we'll do it this way. See? Okay. Now we'll add another two. The block and the leaf. Okay, which way I had the leaf going? So it's going to go up that way, and then we'll go this way for the next one. So like face each other. And then maybe the next row I'll put them facing out. Okay, so still going to pop a little pin in here. And then hopefully on one of these Long Arm Wednesdays very, very soon, you'll see me quilting this up because I'm going to quilt it all. Just because it was a little bulky there. Okay. And then we'll sew these two sections together of 4 blocks. And you'll see what the one row is going to be. And that is my weekend project because I'll be plugging away at this pretty much most of the weekend. Alright, because I really want to get mine and the one for the shop and the one for the bedroom done. I'd like to be able to have it to its destination or have it all complete before Canada Day, of course. Alright. Okay. Another sew down the seam. Lining her up. Just too happy on the clicking. All right, there we go. I'll work it this way. Okay. So just some trimming, and I've got a bunch more to do. 1, 2, 3, 4 more rows. I'll show you a picture when it's all done. So thanks for joining me for this weekend project. This is what I'm going to be plugging away at, and I hope you're keeping yourself busy. Stay tuned, everybody, for new adventures from the Mom and Pop Quilt Shop, Long Arm Wednesdays, and weekend projects. Subscribe. Thanks.